Hey guys, this is my mummy review. So when I went to see this movie, I realized a lot of the people around me thought that this was a remake of like the Brendan Fraser films from the late 90s, early 2000s. This is not the case. While sure, both movies involve a mummy, they couldn't be any more different. This isn't a swashbuckling adventure like the Brendan Fraser films, and it's not a horror movie like the classic original monster movie. I actually really don't know what it is. Right away, the tone was inconsistent. But the biggest difference between this movie and the past mummy movies is that this one is setting up a brand new cinematic universe. It's called the Dark Universe. So think of this like the Marvel superhero movies, how all those movies are interconnected. It's going to be like that, except it's going to have the Mummy, Dracula, the Wolfman, Frankenstein. You get the idea. Unfortunately, after seeing this movie, I could care less about the Dark Universe, and I'm a huge Tom Cruise fan. In this version of The Mummy, it's set in modern day, and Tom Cruise plays Nick Morton, who I guess is like a soldier in Iraq / treasure hunter. I don't know, it's kind of a weird combination anyway. So while he's treasure hunting, he accidentally frees Amunet, the mummy. And because he frees her, she's chosen him to be the human embodiment of death, Set, the Egyptian god. So basically the next 2 hours are your basic run-of-the-mill Tom Cruise. He just runs around and punches things while being chased by a mummy this time. Only somehow it's more boring this time. It's just really bland, more than his other movies. My biggest problem with The Mummy isn't that it does anything necessarily bad. The acting isn't bad, the action isn't bad, the story isn't bad. It's just everything is wildly generic. The tone is just so inconsistent. It's not as scary as it should be with this universe full of monsters, and it's not as fun and action-packed as a Tom Cruise movie should be. The movie just didn't know what it wanted to be. For instance, Tom Cruise's character throughout the entire movie is told he's like this bad boy who only cares about himself. And that deep down inside, there's a lot of good in him, but it's freaking Tom Cruise. Who's gonna believe that he's like this bad boy, selfish dude, when in the entire movie he's just saving the same damsel in distress over and over and over again, and there's supposed to be this character arc for him, but the whole time you're just thinking, that's Tom Cruise getting chased by a mummy. I think his days of playing like this flawed action hero are behind him, and he should just embrace being the fact that he's Tom Cruise in these movies. And while I did find this movie incredibly boring and generic, there were a cool few ideas in it. For instance, there's this thing called the Prodigium that Tom Cruise meets up with when he's being chased by the mummy. The Prodigium is kind of like the Men in Black of spooky things. They're supposed to protect the world from all this evil and spooky stuff and monsters. And that's led by Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, played by Russell Crowe, who in this movie is surprisingly like boring. Russell Crowe, yeah, he's boring in this one. But I thought the Prodigium was a cool way to tie in the potential future Dark Universe movies if they ever come out. Now, I almost kind of doubt it. This one was pretty bad. I don't know if they'll continue with it. So there you have it, another movie that failed to be good because it was too focused on making sequels rather than focusing on the movie that's at hand. The best thing I can say about The Mummy is that it might be a good Netflix watch or watch it on TV or something. It's sad to think that when your source material involves ancient rituals, Egyptian gods, and power struggles, that the end result is just something this boring. Hey, thanks for watching my video. If you like what you see, please give me a subscribe, like, or share. Thank you so much.